Hello everyone, I'm back with another reading. It's actually daytime right now as I record this, as you can tell by some of the light coming through my window. I don't typically pull cards during the day, but I just felt really compelled to right now because I personally just kept thinking about the reading I did right before this video. You don't have to watch that one for this one to make sense, at least I'm not getting that you're going to have to. But in the previous reading I did, there was a King of Cups that came out. And I don't know, I keep thinking about this person, whatever that was. So I kind of want to basically pull some cards on that because I was just curious what that was about. So I'm just curious, if the divine will tell us, what is the deal with this King of Cups that is in the collective's energy? Okay. So first is the Five of Wands. So this King of Cups I feel like you know this person. I mean, obviously, if you watched the previous video, this King of Cups that feels blocked off by you for whatever reason. Ooh, yes. Oh my God. Because we have the Chariot here and the Ten of Wands. So the Five of Wands, Ten of Wands, and the Chariot. I feel like this person feels blocked off by you, or you actually block them online and they are so upset about it. They're in their head about it. Obviously, I'm feeling like something happened between you two and they can't stop thinking about it. Ooh, yes. King of Swords. So I feel like this person is in their King of Swords energy. They're also like standoffish from you. If they have even seen you lately, or I feel like just in general, this person has always been sort of closed off from you. And that might have been why you maybe left them or pulled the plug, or, things didn't work out. You might have wanted something romantic with them and they just never fully revealed their feelings for you. And I feel like now they're regretting it. Because it's like, I feel like here, I feel like the Chariot is you in this instance. Because even if you're not like a Cancer or another water sign, I feel like you decided to move on, right? And you moved on, whether that means blocking them online or blocking them out of your energy, or just literally like maybe even moving away. One way or another, you became distant from them. Physically, emotionally, spiritually, you became distant from this person and they regret it. They regret it now because they know that they were too standoffish from you. Wow. Ooh, and the World. I'm seeing this as here, this person, this King of Cups, this King of Swords energy, they're thinking about you. I kind of see this like a thought bubble. The woman in this card, there's the circle, which I guess technically that's what, like a wreath in, traditional interpretation. But it's like you're in his thoughts. You're like the biggest thought in his head. The biggest thought bubble going through his mind is about you. He keeps thinking about you. He's in regret for how he treated you. What is it? I didn't appreciate her at the time. Ooh, oh my God. Ooh, that's so crazy unintentional. Okay, so that just kind of fell out. So once again, just to confirmation, Five of Pentacles. He's in his head about it. It's like multifaceted here. Man, maybe I should, I don't know. I want you guys to actually be able to see these cards, but either way, if you just listen to it, I appreciate that too. But the Five of Pentacles here, in a way, it's he sent you packing, right? So in one way, he sent you on your way. He wasn't giving any emotion to you. I kind of see this like also with the Five of Pentacles. He was closed off. Left you out in the cold. You had no choice. That's what it is. You had no choice but to walk away from him, because he was so closed off from you, and he regrets that now, and he knows it. The King of King of Cups right here. This King of Cups, King of Swords energy to me is the same person. He was so closed off to you, and now he regrets it. I'm putting that up there just so we can, of course, maintain this energy, you know. Because sometimes, like, other messages would try to come through. I'm like, no, no, we're trying to stay with this here. Stay on topic. But, yeah. So what it fell out was the King of Cups. And then the Emperor poked out, too. So I'm kind of... Okay, let's just... Before we get too excited, let's see what we're doing here. So... Okay. We have the Page of Wands here. And then the Three of Pentacles. Ooh, oh my God, yes. So this King of Cups sent you walking, right? Sent you on your way. You had no choice but to leave him. You had no choice but to move on from him. Despite the fact that he was attracted to you. He was very attracted to you, and he even talked about you to his friends. He talked about how much he was in love with you. That's what I'm getting here. He told people that he loved you. He told people that he really liked you. But I'm seeing this kind of here with it being the Page of Wands. Not like a knight even, not, you know, the King of Wands. I'm seeing here as it was like he downplayed it. You know, because think of it like the emotion, the attraction, the flame. He tried to act like it wasn't that big of a flame, unlike how it really was. He was trying to act like, yeah, I like her. She's cute. I really like her, but I mean, it's not that serious. That's why he was trying to act like. He was trying to act like it wasn't that serious. He tried to act like he wasn't that serious about you. Despite the fact that he would talk about you to his friends. Despite the fact that he might have even introduced you to some of his friends in the past. I mean, here you see like what? Well, is that 4 people in the background? Oh no, that's somebody's hand. But you know, there are 3 people. So at one point in time, it could have been you, him, and one of his friends. Maybe like at a bar, somewhere out in public maybe. Hanging out together, sitting at a table, talking to one another. He at least introduced you to one of his friends. That's kind of what I see here with the 3 here, right? But he downplayed it. He downplayed his attraction for you. Despite the fact that you're Queen of Cups. I mean, in many ways, y'all were naturally a fit. Y'all were a natural match for each other. It was so natural. Everything between you two came so easily. And yet, he didn't acknowledge it. Which is funny because here we have the 6 of Wands. So it's like, I'm just seeing here kind of more like everything flowed so easily for you two. You know, because you see here this, usually I think of like an arrival, things coming together in various ways. I just see this here as like naturally you two, the natural progression of this would have turned into like a marriage. This relationship between this King of Cups and Queen of Cups. Just naturally, that's what would have happened between you two. But it's like he didn't acknowledge it. He didn't acknowledge it for whatever reason. I just got that he didn't want to admit he was in love with you. For whatever reason. That's so crazy. Yeah, I'm feeling like multiple cards, but maybe something will pop out, right? Like, can we explain this? Why? Truly, I mean, just why? I'm asking the divine. Why didn't this person want to admit they were in love with you? What was up with that? That is so weird. I feel this card. Huh. Okay, so we have the 5 of Swords. I mean, that's like relevant, you know. Partially, I feel like, I mean, he was in that, oh yeah, 5 of Swords energy, kind of in his ego. I don't know off the top of my head what zodiac sign technically this card would represent, but I know, of course, in general, swords represents air, right? An air sign, but also just talking. You know, this is just to me the representation of him not wanting to admit to it, not wanting to admit that he liked you. And you see here in the card, typically the guy is, oh man, sorry for it being so dark. The guy is holding the 2 swords, and then there's the 3. Well, the 2 are on the ground, and then the 1 is in his hand, right? So, what I'm trying to interpret here is that this King of Cups wouldn't admit to his friends how strongly he felt about you, yet he like kept it to himself. It's weird. Okay. This is just weird. It's weird. Like he kept it to himself. Like he loved it being a secret for some reason. It's weird. I guess it's just the ego thing. It's part of his ego. He probably thought you were, oh, it was probably like you were so attractive and beautiful. Right? He thought you were so attractive, and the fact that you liked him was probably the biggest ego boost in his life. He probably couldn't believe that you were equally as attracted to him as he was to you. But he wanted to keep it a secret because he was in his ego, right? He was being conceited. He was like, no one is going to get to know about this. And he's like, ha ha, right? That's what this card is. Like, ha ha, I win. But instead of it being like, yeah, I really like this girl and she likes me a lot too, he just kept it to himself, right? He wouldn't be truthful even to himself about how he felt about you. He couldn't admit that, like, he was wrong. I don't know. It's like I don't know why some men act like this, but some men will be like, no, I can't admit that I have feelings for somebody. I don't know. It's weird. He was closed off to his own emotions. And so in the end, he ended up losing because of the Five of Swords, right? So yes. Oh, and then the Ten of Swords, right? I mean, it compounded. It doubled. That betrayal, what originally went from being like, what was originally the Five of Swords and just being like petty, so petty about it. Ooh, I like this girl. She likes me too. And no one's gonna know. And it was such an ego boost for him to know that, right? It was such an ego boost for him to know that you liked him and he liked you too, and nobody realized what was going on between you two. Only, see, that's his karma, because it blew up in the end. It blew up in his face. What was originally a Five of Swords, because it's like this. When he was still in the Five of Swords energy, this could have been fixed. If he was true to himself, right? If he was honest about how he felt about you, if he was honest to his friends that he really liked you a lot, this could have been fixed, right? He was being immature. That's another thing too. That's what it was. Just no other way to explain it than he was being immature. He was just being immature about it, right? Because think of it like this, if you like somebody and they like you back, I mean, what do? Naturally, you would try to progress that relationship. And I'm getting this person didn't do that because they were just being immature about it. And if they were more, how do I put this? This person, this King of Cups was more in that's what it is. This King of Cups would tell people, very few people, not too many, like only his super closest friends. I'm getting probably people he grew up with, right? That type of, close friendship. Someone he knew as like a child he was that close to. He would only tell those people that, yeah, we both like each other. But other than that, anybody else, it was just an ego boost because he saw how other people were interested in you too. And it was such an ego boost for him to be like, yeah, that guy's attracted to her, that guy's attracted to her. Well, she likes me instead. She really likes me. And he could have gotten, if he would have stopped being so immature, right? They could have fixed this energy and y'all could have actually been something, right? Which makes sense for this being a King of Cups because, that's very manipulative. That is incredibly manipulative of him. So this could have been fixed, but it's too late. It went from the 5 to the 10. So now it's too late to even fix this. He was too immature for too long. And eventually, obviously, you walked away. You moved on. Like the beginning of this reading, the Chariot. Because of his own actions, because of his immaturity, you became distant with him. I feel like I just kind of heard that's what I get for being distant with her. So that like the beginning of the reading too, you know, he was likely distant with you. He probably detached, probably tried to get away from you in some way, some instance, but it blew up in his face, right? He feels bad about it now. It weighs on him. It's a weight on his shoulders with the Ten of Wands. You know, the Ten of Wands over here. This guy has, you know, all this stuff he's carrying, this weight on his shoulders, you know, something he needs to get off of his chest. But I'm seeing here now with this energy, this King of Cups knows it's too late with you. He knows he fucked up, to put it that way. I mean, there's no easy way about it. Okay, so like I was saying, this King of Cups knows that he fucked up with you. He knows. He knows in many ways that he knows it's permanently too late with you. The Six of Pentacles here. So here I'm saying in this instance with this card, especially with the Ten of Swords right there, this King of Cups, ooh, man, this is very manipulative. This is some very manipulative energy. This King of Cups knew he was breadcrumbing you, right? He knew that he wasn't giving you enough. He knows that's one of the reasons why it's over with you, because he would just like barely give you a little bit of something here, there, you know, anytime he would see you, it's like he would pour into your cup just a little bit, but not enough to quench your thirst. In fact, in many ways, it was like, he was dehydrating you in a way, right? You know, because you wanted more with him. That's what it was. And he just wouldn't give it to you. He wouldn't give it to you. Oh, he wouldn't give it to you. And then funny enough, a King of Pentacles comes out. So I feel like this is a different person. Okay, what I'm already getting here is that the King of Cups wouldn't give anything to you, but this King of Pentacles did. Ooh, okay. You know what? It's funny. I put that right on top of the Six of Pentacles too. This King of Pentacles gave you something. Ooh. Oh, and he thinks about that. Oh, you moved on from this King of Cups to this King of Pentacles. And he is, oh my God, he like, for the longest time, oh, he was so jealous about it. That makes a lot of sense too with the, like, the blackness on the Ten of Swords here. To me, I see that as the jealousy. He is so jealous. He's like so betrayed. Oh my God, I can't believe you would move on from me. You would move on from me to him? Him? You would move on to him? It's like, yes, because he actually gave it to you. He gave something to you that he wouldn't. Yes! Oh my God! I'm trying not to be too loud on the mic. Literally, yes. And that's funny too. Pentacle card. The King of Pentacles actually gave something to you instead. Because here we see the Knight. Sorry. We actually see the Knight of Pentacles here. This King of Pentacles. This King of Pentacles gave something to you emotionally that this King of Cups never did. Never did. Oh, I just kind of heard like, and he's like crying about it in a way, you know, or he did. Like I feel like he still like cries about it to this day. And not necessarily like tears of sadness, like he whines. He whines about it to this day. I can't believe she moved on to him. Really? You snooze, you lose, dude. Oh, perfect. The Hanged Man. Now, technically, this is in reverse, but personally, this is just how I read the cards. I feel like the Hanged Man is the same. Reversed or upright. It's just the same to me. That's how the card always comes out. I see this literally as this King of Cups is most definitely a water sign. Very, very likely a Pisces. But also, too, he cannot get out of his head about it. You moved on from him and he cannot get over it, and it makes him so mad. He is jealous. He is so jealous you moved on from him. Oh, that is so crazy. But I believe it. It makes sense too. You know, in the Hanged Man here, he's wearing the blue shirt and like the red tunic pants or whatever. And then the King of Cups here has the blue cloak or whatever robe. And then the cape around him has the red trim. So this is the same person. King of Cups, the Hangman, is the same person. Very, very highly likely a Pisces, has Pisces in their chart. Like, if this is not their sun sign, because you see how, like, sorry, the Hangman has that, like, orb around his head. So I'm kind of almost seeing this literally as this is his sun sign. This has got to be a Pisces. He cannot get over it. Ooh, that's almost scary how jealous this person can be. Because his jealousy manifests as anger. It's actually kind of scary. This person, they get jealous. When they're jealous, they show up as angry. They get angry and it's actually scary. Yes. Ooh, the 9 of Wands. When this person gets jealous, it's scary. They're angry and scary but it's like you did it to yourself. You did it to yourself, man. You did it to yourself. I feel like putting that actually over here. You know what? I put that on top of the King of Pentacles. So I feel like this King of Pentacles, that's right underneath here. This King of Pentacles that you moved on to knows the King of Cups. Oh my God. I guess this is a love triangle, isn't it? Oh my God. So the King of Pentacles and the King of Cups know each other. They must have been friends in some way, shape, capacity in the past. Not so much anymore. Right? And the King of Pentacles is also afraid. He's afraid of this King of Cups. Not like for his life, but he knows how jealous and scary this person can be. Ooh, the King of Cups the King of Pentacles knows how the King of Cups can get when he is jealous. And it is scary. He's like actually kind of afraid of him too. He's like, what is he going to do to me the next time I see him? Because he knows, oh my God, literally, I just heard. He knows that he slept with you, right? Yeah, I guess this is some love triangle shit here. That's crazy. Who would have knew? Who would have thought? Oh my God, you can't make this shit up. This is real life. You know, truth is stranger than fiction, right? That's crazy. So yeah. But you know what? This King of Cups, he did it to himself. This love triangle wouldn't have even happened, technically. You would not have moved on from him if he just admitted to himself that he was in love with you. If he just admitted it to himself and showed you the love that you craved from him, you wouldn't have ever moved on from him. All that would have ever happened is that this King of Pentacles would have had a crush on you, and it probably would have like died out, right? Because if you and the King of Cups got together, eventually this King of Pentacles would have seen that, and he would have moved on. But that didn't happen. It didn't happen because this King of Pentacles was manipulative and greedy. He was greedy with your time and your money. That's what I'm getting. But he was greedy with your love. And that's what I was trying to say earlier. He didn't want... Oh, yes. That's what it was. He knew how much you loved him. And he was so jealous and so greedy with your time, your money, and your emotions. He did not want you to love anybody else. Oh my God, this dude is crazy. Ooh. Oh my God, this dude is crazy. Oh my God. Dang. I was really hoping this would show up better even during the day, but anyway, this King of Cups is low-key psychotic over here because he wanted you to practically worship him. Really, in a way, you think about it, he didn't want you to love nobody else, to give to nobody else, nothing with nobody else. He just wanted you to love him and to dote on him and to do everything for him. And what did he do for you? All he gave you was the 10 of Swords in the end. He went from the 5 of Swords to the 10 of Swords. And technically the 9 of Wands at that. This is somebody who is so jealous and angry. They will not. I feel like I don't even know if now. I mean, I feel like a lot of time has passed by since you moved on from him, but he still can't get over it. That's what I get here. Like, he still thinks about it to this day. Like, he's been stewing in his emotions for the longest time. And I feel like he's not necessarily mad at you, but to put it this way, this King of Cups definitely sees this King of Pentacles as like a target in a way. Like, if he has any anger that he directs towards anyone, it is towards this person, your King of Pentacles here. For some, I see this or I hear this as like your divine counterpart, your divine masculine. Your divine partner is this King of Pentacles here. And that doesn't necessarily mean they're an earth sign, though it's very likely. Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo. But just the fact that this person here, your King of Pentacles, gave you something. Because that's how I see Pentacles sometimes. Just the fact that it's like a material thing or something, right? They give you something. He actually gave you the love that you craved. That's what I see here. This could be a fire sign, a water sign, an air sign, anything. It doesn't matter. Right here, I'm just seeing this as this King of Pentacles actually gave you something this King of Cups wouldn't. He would not do it, but he did. He actually did it. This is someone that actually does things. No matter how long it takes, this person will still do it. Because that's how he is. He makes a commitment and he sticks with it. This one doesn't. Ooh. And that makes him so mad. He's like, I can't believe he actually did it. I can't believe, ooh. If y'all slept together with that King of Pentacles, this one right here is like, I can't believe he actually did it with her. Like, he's so mad. Like, to this day, he cannot believe it. I can't believe he did it with her. Ugh. All right, so we have Queen of Swords here. So we'll just kind of see how that comes out. He might, oh, okay. This one here might see you as a Queen of Swords, like a liar. He might think that you were lying to him. Which is ridiculous, because I don't feel like you were like that at all. You were in love with him. You were devoted to him. But he wouldn't believe it. That's what it was. It's like he always thought you were lying about it. You don't really love me. You know, which is so ridiculous. That is so ridiculous here. Once again, he did it to himself. He did it to himself. He was just, you know, this is somebody that, believe it or not, has a lot of shadow work they need to do. They have so much they need to heal from. I could feel there's just a lot of dark energy here with this person. And that doesn't automatically necessarily mean that they're evil, right? This person, they need, honestly, like, not trying to sound funny. Like, this person could probably use some therapy. Because there's like some emotional thing going on with them that might need counseling. You know what I mean? Like, this person might need some sort of counseling or therapy to help them understand their emotions, to understand why they feel the way they do, and why, because I think this would be probably the most beneficial thing to this person over here, if they could talk to somebody that would help them understand why they hold back with their emotions. Because that's what happened here. He held back his emotions with you and you moved on. And so it was like you're damned if you do and damned if you didn't. You were damned either way because he didn't believe you. He didn't believe you when you told him that you loved him. And then because of the fact he didn't pour into your cup, right? He didn't actually do anything with you emotionally. You left him. You moved on. You moved on to somebody else that would pour into you. And so then you're still damned because he thought you were lying about it. You know what I mean? It's like, what are you supposed to do? What are you supposed to do? You don't tell me you love me, but so I move on. But you don't believe me when I tell you I love you either. Like, you don't believe it either way. And that's why it wouldn't have ever worked with this person. Because no matter what you did, this person would never believe it. They would never believe it. And in some ways, it's kind of strange here. This King of Cups here kind of does represent the Queen of Swords. Because typically to me, I usually see kind of like a bitch here, literally. And strangely enough, this King of Cups is kind of bitchy in a way. Like when he gets angry and jealous, he's bitchy. It's weird. So we have the Knight of Swords here. I'm seeing this here as there must have been some sort of argument or eruption between you two, where I'm seeing like physically this person, you're like, oh, he charge, right? They go in, they charge in to you. This person, this King of Cups was so like angry. Basically, they said something that they didn't mean. They said something without knowing basically what they were getting into. This person said something to you to permanently, oh, yes, exactly. Next to the Ten of Swords. This King of Cups said something to you which permanently ended the relationship, and he didn't even mean to. Right? Like he got so jealous and angry and mad that he could tell you were moving on from him. That he said some shit. He said something so terrible you ended it. You ended it with him. You're like, I'm done. I'm done with you. How dare you say that shit to me? That's it. It's over. It's like he might have, for some of you, he might have said like some crazy things in the past, or you might have been able to tell that this person had a sharp tongue, and that last time he said something to you, or even if it was just one time, that time he said something so bad, so crazy to you was the last one. That was the final sword. Because even if he wasn't saying stuff to you, he was saying stuff to other people, right? Behind closed doors, this person could be very mean. This person could really stab people in the back. That's what I'm getting here. It was just that one sword was enough for you, right? One sword was too many for you to get stabbed in the back by this person. You're like, I'm done. You're not going to stab me ever again. Shit. That might have been literal for some of you. And if so, I'm really sorry. I hope you physically get to heal from that. All right. I feel like, is there anything else with this energy? I mean, obviously I don't want to stay in here forever, but I do want to convey whatever the message is. Yes. Okay. So funny enough, the Fool card right here. And I'm seeing this more like as, he stabbed you in the back one too many times, physically or emotionally, and you decide to move on. You're like, that's it. I'm done. I'm walking away. You walked away from him permanently. You walked away from him permanently. And he might have even tried to chase after you, Like he might have tried to come back into your life a couple of times. But it's like he didn't do anything with it. I don't know why. It's like, it's strange. He tried to come back into your life, but he was still emotionally distant. Ooh. And it eats him up inside because he sees you literally over here. Sorry, I'm just going to have to do it towards the light. He sees you over here, this Nine of Pentacles card. The last time he saw you especially, he thought you were so beautiful. It's like every time he sees you, you look even better. Every time he sees you, you look even better. And it like bothers him. It makes him jealous even more. Ooh. This is somebody, oh, I get it now. This is somebody you would not have expected to have been karmic. Oh my God, that is so crazy. Yeah, I get it now. In fact, I feel like originally this would have been a divine connection. This would have been a divine connection between you two. Because, I mean, y'all might have been in the same, like, element sign, right? Because earlier there was the Queen of Cups. So, I mean, this guy could have been a This guy could have been a Pisces, and you could have been a Cancer or a Scorpio or even a Pisces yourself, right? And so, like, naturally, as I said earlier, you two naturally flowed together so well. So well. It was a divine connection in many ways. But because this person could not get over their own jealousy, man, it ruined things between you two. And that was the test. Okay. All right, that should be better. I still have my candle on, but hopefully y'all can actually, yeah, that should look a lot better now. Okay. So right at the bottom of the deck is the Ace of Pentacles. And, ooh, yes. And the Six of Cups. So for some of you, I don't feel like this is everyone, but for some of you, this man probably tried to apologize, try to give you an apology, but like only by buying you things. I know that sounds crazy, like what? But look here, I see this as this person tried to like buy you flowers and it like didn't work, right? Because they didn't actually apologize. This person might have thought that they could just buy your love. They could buy your emotions, but that didn't work on you. And that also made them angry. Like, not physically, but like this person stews in their emotions deep down inside. And he's like, why isn't it working? I bought her flowers, And it's like, but you didn't actually say sorry. You didn't apologize for your words. Come on, dude. Sorry, Three of Wands and Temperance. So I'm kind of seeing this as like a part of him has wondered how he could come back to you, But I guess my dog barking is a confirmation, right? But I'm seeing here with Temperance, like you really look at the cups here. This angel is pouring the same amount of water into each cup. So a lot of people think of Temperance as balance, a balance card, Sagittarius energy, and I would agree with that. But what I'm seeing here is that basically, no matter if he comes back, it's the same thing. It's going to always be the same thing with this person, which is really unfortunate because I could feel that they love you. And that's the sad part. They love you, but they are so jealous. I feel like this would be this is a continuous problem. Go back and forth, back and forth. You two would go back and forth on this to where even if y'all like made up, right? Get married, spend the rest of your lives together, he would always accuse you of like cheating on him or trying to attract male attention, right? Because he cannot get over his jealousy. He loves you so much. He thinks you are so beautiful. But, that's the thing too. He knows that other people look at you. There are other people who watch you, even from far away, like across the street, down the road, if you're in the store, like stuff like that. He knows that people watch you and are attracted to you, and it makes him jealous. But unfortunately, he cannot get over it. He hasn't done the shadow work. So even if y'all got back together, right? Even if you kissed and made up, even got married, or some of you maybe even remarried. Even if you remarried to this person, it would be the same problems over and over again. Just over and over again. He would not stop accusing this of you. Because it's like, it's weird, like he trusts you. It's like, if y'all were to get into a relationship together seriously, permanently, he knows you wouldn't cheat on him, right? But in a strange way, it's like he would still accuse it of you. He would still accuse you, which is so crazy. Ooh, and the Tower. I feel like that's a confirmation right there. It's like that is this person's emotions. Which, King of Cups here. So Judgment might be relevant too. But actually Judgment, the Tower, quite a few other cards. But the Tower here actually also can represent Scorpio. So this person might, King of Cups could also be a Scorpio or have it in their chart. But I'm seeing also here this is just this person's emotions. I mean, they're a mess. They are a storm. This might be the type of person, a turbulent storm, right? They might have, honestly, emotional issues, like emotional regulation issues, seriously. Because it's like, normally they could be, oh, you know what, that's what it is. This person, for some of you, this person might actually be bipolar. Because they could be very balanced, very just regular, normally, you know? But for some of y'all, if this person goes off their medicine, they just go berserk. They're completely unregulated. And for some of y'all, that's probably why y'all walked away. Because this person stopped taking their medicine and you couldn't take it anymore. They refused to take their medicine. And so all those problems that you went through before, you're like, I'm not doing this again. You're not taking care of yourself. And now you're trying to like come after me, attack me, emotionally, guilt me. And I'm not doing that. And so, you're like, yeah, enough's enough. I'm walking away. And this person has been a mess about it. This person is a mess. Just emotionally, this person is a mess about you, without you, all of that. And I don't want to stay here because I feel like the way this person's energy is, they could stew in their emotions for a long time. They could just go on and on and on and on because they will never stop thinking about it. I mean, literally, the hanged man. So it's like, even though you can move on years later, I mean, maybe whatever argument, fight y'all got into, that it might have even been like 3 years ago for some of you. It's been like a long time. It's been a while. And this person is still in their emotions over it, which is crazy. Which is like kind of another thing. Like if you're watching this being like, maybe we can get back together again, just know that this person has a hang up, right? Literally hangman. This person has, hang ups that truly they're just not ever going to get through in this life, And the Hermit. I'm seeing that kind of like as I feel like this person is just, I feel like this person is just going to be alone in the end. They'll probably be, a lonely old man. And, you know what, that's what it is. This person is going to end up being like a curmudgeon, I mean, the Hermit can represent many things, but for this reading, I'm seeing the King of Cups here is this like hermit curmudgeon energy. This person is somewhat like, he stews in his emotions for so long, he just pushes everyone away. And so now he's alone. This person might have gone gray, gone white in the time that y'all separated from each other. This person is very miserly. That's what I'm getting here. He just stews in his emotions. He broods. He's very miserly. I'm actually even getting, I haven't seen this yet, but if it'll even come out. But this person has a lot of like Capricorn energy too. So that could be like their North Node or something. Ooh, and that's the truth. Hello, the Ace of Swords. That's the truth. This person is very like miserly and curmudgeon like, They might even be actually greedy with their money. Like they won't spend money on anything like ever, even when they need it. Which explains why they would never give any of their emotions to you. Justice. Kind of also see this as like another truth card, truth, justice, yada yada. But just because of the sword too, right? But what else? Is that it or anything else with the Justice card? With the Four of Wands, I'm seeing this person as like, this person probably won't, if they're not married right now or if they've never been married, I feel like this person will probably just never marry anyone. with like the Hermit card from earlier. I'm seeing that this person was kind of just like, oh, man, it really sucks in some ways because this person obviously really loved you. He really did. But in one way, because he's in that curmudgeon, miserly energy, I'm just seeing here that he's like, well, if it's not her, then it's no one else. You know? So I feel like it's like, don't be surprised if this person never ends up with anybody else, you know, after this episode with you, after what happened with you. This person in many ways probably doesn't want to end up be with anyone else. Yes, right here, because there's the Two of Swords. It's like, nope, no, I don't want to be with anyone if it's not you. So I know in some ways like that hurts because you're like, I loved him, you know, and he loved me too. And I don't want him to be alone, right? You don't want him to be alone. But he has, you know, you can't even see me shrugging my shoulders. You just, truly, if when you love someone, you don't want them to be alone, right? You don't want them to be lonely. But sometimes they do it to themselves, right? You can't help someone who refuses to be helped. That's what that is here. He doesn't want to be helped. You know, you've probably tried talking to him. He won't talk to you. And because of what happened between y'all, he doesn't even want to try again with love either. And so it's like, don't be surprised, you know, if he doesn't. Don't be surprised if he's just one of those people where like, when he's old and he passes away, you know, he doesn't have any relationship or spouse or children to pass anything on to. I'm really seeing this person over here, this King of Cups. He's going to be in this miserly energy, and he probably has like storage containers just full of stuff. And so when he eventually passes away, like decades from now, people will be like, oh my God, this dude was a pack rat, right? You know, I don't know why. I'm not trying to bring that on, but that's just what I'm seeing here. Like when this dude is like in his 80s, people are going to be like, how much crap did this dude own, right? And to think like, you know, there'll be no one to pass it on to. So we have the Page of Cups, the Hierophant, and the Page of Pentacles here. I'm kind of seeing this just a very quick way of saying of, out of all the people in the world, the only one he actually considered marrying would have been you. You know, but it's like he still wasn't very sold on the idea, you know. This is somebody that probably never truly wanted to be married. This is somebody that might have in some ways, might not have even been sure if they were attracted to women, or anybody. This is somebody that could have damn well seemed asexual, right? But it was just something about the fact that when they met you, you were the only one they considered it with. But believe it or not, as much as he loved you, it's nothing against you. It's just that he was never completely sold on the idea. That's what I'm getting here. So, ooh. But then we have the Ace of Cups. It's like, it's not that he didn't love you. In fact, in many ways, he cries. You know, he is teared up. This might be surprising for some of you, but he is teared up crying over you. But I think that's what it is. At the end of the day, you know, he knows that he wasn't going to give everything to you. Take that where it fits. You know, I feel like for some of y'all, you might have expected to inherit things from this person. You know, if you've been with this, if y'all are like older, you might have expected that he would write you into his will. And I'm seeing for some of y'all, you were shocked and surprised to see that he didn't do it. So that might have also been why you walked away. It's like, I've been with you for like 20 years. Why wouldn't you put me in your will? And for whatever reason, he didn't. I don't know. It's just some people are like that. And he regrets it now. One way or another, you know, him holding back from you is what put him in his emotions. And did I say this earlier? What I'm getting here is that, I don't remember if I said this before, but if so, whatever, I'll say it again. You know, you are a lesson that he learned for life. You didn't realize it at the time, but you were actually brought into his life. Despite what he thought he was put into your life. to help you, right? To fix you up, something like that. This is somebody who originally, when you met them, they might have had more than you. They might have been on their feet and you were still trying to get back on your feet for something going on, right? When you first met him, he thought he was supposed to help you. But actually, you were the one to help him. You are the one that taught him the lesson of his life and had to actually feel his emotions. And that's why, believe it or not, he will still cry about you to this day. He won't tell anyone he's in his emotions. And that's the unfortunate thing. That's why it never works out between you two. Because unfortunately, he just has too much, too much pride, too much ego, too stubborn, too hard-headed. He'll never admit that he cries about you when he's all alone. The star. In fact, this is multifaceted. It's like he sees you in his mind. He thinks about you. He's cried about you a lot. Literally just a lot. When he's alone, when everybody is gone and far away, he's cried about you. He's thought about you. He wishes that he could have been with you. It's like he wishes he would have done the right thing. I'm thinking of the song by Walter Egan, Star of My Heart. You are the star, shine on me deep in my heart. Ooh, that kind of makes me want to cry. It's like he loved you. He loved you very, very much. But he just refused. It's like he refused to listen. Oh, see the Eight of Swords. He refused to show it. He refused to listen to you. He refused to show it. He refused to convey his emotions. And that's why he missed out. That's That's his life lesson. Unfortunately. Because I know I said it before earlier. This was supposed to be a divine connection. This was supposed to be a divine connection. And I just... So here's the Eight of Wands. And usually this is communication here, but I kind of, in a strange way, I don't know why, but I'm seeing the Akashic records here. For those of you that know about that, I'm kind of seeing here that this person is really esoteric and actually surprisingly spiritual. And I feel like they went to the Akashic records and read your book, right? They read, your book about what's supposed to happen in your life. And it's I just see them they filed through the pages, right? That's kind of what this is. Because you hear, I don't know how to put this. Maybe, I don't know, 8 pages or something like that. Section 8, I just heard that too. That might be relevant for some of y'all. But what I'm hearing here, it's this person rifled through the pages, right? To look through what part they showed up in your book. And I feel like this person read into your destiny, what was meant for you, as written by the divine in your contract. And he freaked out over it. He was no, that can't be true. There's just something about it where this person knew what was going to happen in your future, and it sent them into their ego. So you might be somebody that has a lot going on in their life. Maybe a lot of people like to talk to you. You might be popular. You might just be very well liked in general. But one way or another, I'm just seeing this as basically this person found out what was going to happen in your life. And they became really jealous over it. Like I said earlier, this person has a lot of jealous energy. They might, I don't know whether you're supposed to be, I don't want to just be famous, but successful. I think that's just the best way to put it. You might have a lot of success, or you're destined for a lot of success in your life, and this person became jealous about it. Something about this, especially if you're a female, you'd probably be surprised how misogynistic this person could be, right? So this person here is just I can't believe it. How could she do better than me? Which is so crazy to think. If you love someone, don't you want them to do well? Right? But anyway, what I'm seeing here is this person ripped up the contract they had between you two. Originally, this was supposed to be a divine connection, and he didn't go through with it. He breached his contract. Oh, you know what? It could have been like 8 violations, if that makes sense. Like, this person went through your contract reading about how it was relevant between him and you, right? He's like, so what's going on here? What is the spiritual connection? Because this person knew this was a spiritual connection between you two. And he went through your contract and he like found like, it's just crazy to me. There's like 8 reasons. That's what I'm seeing here. It's like 8 reasons why this person ruined this contract with you. And you'll never know everything, the truth, right? That's like divine ancient knowledge. But this person ruined the contract with you. I feel like they spoke too soon. You know, I feel like if you wrote this person any letters, they might have even like burned them. I feel like they misused your contract. That's what I'm seeing here. They might have been like stealing energy from you. Honestly, here with the Emperor, I'm seeing this as the divine. The divine saw that, you know, he saw that and he's like, that is enough between you two. Yes, with the 6 of Swords. In fact, like this person, ooh, that's crazy. This person breached their divine contract with you. This could have been true love. But they like breached their contract. They tore it up, you know, or at least he tore up his copy, right? And so Spirit was like, all right, it's time to move on from him because it's time to move on from you, right? That's what it was. So I feel like that's kind of really it. You know, for some, if you resonate with that whole like twin flame journey, whatever you want to call it, this could have been the person who was originally your like twin flame. The person that you might have actually believed that y'all were going to end up together forever. Right. Until death do us part. Literally. Right here. 10 of Cups and the Death card. You might have actually thought you were going to spend the rest of your life with this person. And originally you were going to. You were going to until they freaking breached their contract and they ripped it up. They're being deceitful. This person was, that's crazy. This person was like misusing like spirituality and all that for their own personal gain. And so basically it's like you might also believe in spiritual stuff, you know, tarot readings if you're watching this video. But what I'm just getting here is that this person read into more than they should have. And it kind of made them crazy, you know? This person looked too far ahead into the future and they pretty much screwed themselves over in the end. The 2 of Pentacles and, and the Magician. Like I was saying, this person believes and they're into the spiritual esoteric stuff, but they just screwed themselves over in the end. You know, it's like, that's what I'm getting here. They ended up putting themselves on an endless cycle. Because you see here with the 2 of Pentacles and it's like the infinity symbol. It just keeps going and going. It literally, infinity symbol. And then it's also on the Magician card. This person read too far ahead into the future. And they basically breached your contract. They learned too much information too soon, too early on. And it made them jealous. And they voided their own contract. They voided their own contract with you. So if in the past couple of years, it's once again 2 of Pentacles here. So maybe in the past like 2 years or so, you might have felt like you've been in this waiting period because you're like, what's going to happen now? Everything is just up in the air. What is going on? And once again, literally up in the air, the Magician card, and he's holding up the, I say baton, but I mean, it looks like a double-sided candlestick too. But either way, if you might have felt like things have been up in the air, especially romantically, for like the past 2 years, that is because the person who was originally written in your divine contract messed it up. They ripped it up. And so it has taken quite a long time quite a couple of years just for things to be fixed and to go through. That's the thing too. This person also wasted your time. He was just like sitting on his ass, right? It's like the divine kept telling him to move on and he wouldn't. It's like he kept acting like, oh, I will, and he wouldn't. He refused to fix things with you. Yes, five of wands here. Just this conflict. He was trying to like keep it like, what I'm seeing here is that this person was using like candle magic, like a big fat black candle. And they had it on like a petition or a picture of you. And they would not move it. And if the candle ever went out, they would just put another one on there. So it's like they were just sitting there, literally, with the Nine of Cups here. Because in this deck, the Nine of Cups looks kind of like conceited and arrogant. So this person I'm seeing was like using magic to, quote unquote, make sure you would never leave. You would be stuck there sitting. You would be a sitting duck for him. That's what it was. You would never move. You would never leave him behind. Beauty and the Beast might be relevant. That's what I'm literally seeing here. Someone might also be French or have French ancestry. But that's what I'm seeing here with the Strength card. But then we have the Two of Cups. But I'm also kind of seeing like 11 here. So 11 might also be relevant. And the Four Swords. All right. So what's the message here? I want to wrap this up. I feel like it's been a little long. But I do see that as being kind of like the end of that relationship. Yeah. The Two of Cups, the Four Swords, and then the Page of Swords. It's like, out of all of that, you might have picked up on this person using magic so you couldn't move on from him. And once you figured that out, you're like, that's it. I'm through. Come on. It's one thing to be emotionally like jealous and manipulative and all that stuff, but then to like use magic and spell work so you also can't leave him behind. That's crazy, dude. That's ridiculous. So, relevant, literally. The Devil, now he's here right now in the reverse. But that's also, to me, I'm seeing this as the Devil in reverse is you getting through whatever, like black magic, dark spell work this person had tried to put on you. That's crazy. That's why. Oh, I get it now. That's why. Yes, that's what it was. Okay, that's what I saw. This person went to your Akashic records, saw what your destiny and your fate was with him. This person probably read into the past lives y'all had together. And in past lives, because this is the seven of Cups here, in many past lives you've had with him, probably in every past life you have had with this person, your twin flame, whatever you want to call him, it hasn't worked out. It never went through. Originally, this contract that you had with this King of Cups, the idea was for it to hopefully work out. Kind of here, because here I see the lady, or well, I say lady, but this person, and they're like glowing, they're showing through. So the idea here initially with this King of Cups was that y'all would try to actually make it work this time. In this divine contract, you both loved each other. You would have tried to make it work this time. But once again, it didn't go through. It didn't work through, but ironically, the reason why he breached his contract is because he was using spell work on you. That's why. It's not even the fact that he read into your Akashic records, believe it or not. It's not even the fact that he was in his ego. Because certain things are, they're forgivable, or we can work past it, right? A person can go to therapy and work on their emotional issues. Somebody can, get help for their jealousy issues. Just over time we can grow up and mature, right? But this person, that's the thing, he wouldn't mature. And so his first thought, that is so crazy. People always think of like spell work as being something that women will do, but men do it too. Believe it or not, a lot of men do it too. And this person was really trying to use black magic on you. And I'm not just saying like, oh, well, blah, blah. Like, no, this person was using some of the worst of the worst. So you wouldn't, wow, so that you could not get away from him. That is crazy. And that's why. That's why this contract is through. The divine said that's enough. You are not going to do that to her. And so for me, I see this card. It's in the reverse because you were able to get away from him. You were able to break away from him. Believe it or not. And that was probably a very hard thing to do. Not even just like emotionally, but I mean physically. You know, you might have felt compelled because this person is using spell work or had tried to. They used spell work on you in the past. And you might have had a hard time, like literally, well, emotionally moving on, right? Because you felt in your spirit, he would pull at your heartstrings, right? This person was doing some crazy magic on you. That is nuts. But that's how they voided their contract. That's what they get. You know, that's the thing with magic. You know, if the intent is for it to be magic, majority of the time it doesn't last, unfortunately. You know, sometimes we can use energy manipulation to bring someone towards us, but then it's still up to you to do the right thing, right? You ask for someone to come into your life, and so when they do, you need to treat them right. If someone comes into your life, why would you keep using black magic on them? Why would you use black magic on someone that loved you? That's what the divine was saying. That's what it is. That's what it was. Like, I'm not like laughing at you or anything. It's just, think about it. It doesn't make sense. You told this person you loved them. And then they started using black magic on you. Who does that? Who does that? That's a crazy person. And that's why the contract between you and this person was voided. Because they kept doing it and they weren't going to stop. So eventually the divine said, you need to see this person for who they are and their true colors. You need to see the true colors and what this person has been doing to you. Because we have to void this contract and we need you to see and understand why. Ooh, that's crazy. So that makes a lot of sense why earlier in the reading there was a King of Pentacles that came out. Because that King of Pentacles who actually gave you something emotionally, he was not using magic on you. Not like this. Probably the most that other guy did was just ask for you to come into his life. I mean, at what point is something magic and something just a wish, right? All right, so this has definitely been a lot longer than I anticipated. I hope you enjoyed this reading, and I hope you come back for another. Thank you so much.